G'day gang, Simo and Ed, and we're talking about
the greatest secret to overcoming procrastination and making your business propel forward faster than you've ever thought before.
Wow, procrastination. Let me think about that for a minute.
Yeah, this is the video we were meant to shoot yesterday.
Yeah, with Simo and Ed, this is the Fast Line Track Growth Show where we talk all things karting and business. Procrastination, Ed.
Absolutely. Hey, I've built this up to be something really huge, and today's topic is massive, and we've purposely done a short video, so I've just jinxed it now. You get your head around this simple thing that everybody can do, and it will sort your business out. And procrastination, most people suffer from this. Not in every aspect of their life, but there's always something you procrastinate over. But if you do it in business, I promise you, as a business owner, you are dead in the water. So, it's a great topic to have a quick look at.
Yep.
So, I always talk to my clients and talk to them about procrastinate. I think a lot of people think about big projects they want to go and do and get things rolling. It's always the big grand thing. But I always say, first of all, bit by bit, you do bit by bit, you can achieve a heck of a lot.
Yeah.
So business therefore needs to be an element of consistency.
Some of those bigger projects can be very daunting.
Huge.
And it's like, where do you start?
Mm-hmm.
What do you tackle first? And maybe tackling several things at once.
Yeah.
You look at our karting spectacular dome, and there's a huge thing to pull off, and
there's lots going on in it.
And it's like, where do you start?
And I think that really leads into the first sort of part of this technique, really. And that is, you just start with something. Right, and I think the problem is I think that the psychology around where do I start, and then sometimes people just stop. Or where do I start because there's so much to do, so I've got to get everything done, can stop people. And actually, if you just dive into the first 10 minutes, and some people will say just get into the first 2 minutes, just do something. Now, the first thing I'd say is do that first 10 minutes, but equally get the psychology right. Don't worry about the outcome. Think about the first pancake. You can never get the first pancake to look great, right?
Yeah.
So brilliant. Don't worry about shit pancakes. Right? The first pancake never comes out well, but after that you're away, and you should treat your projects the same way.
Yeah.
So don't worry about where to start. Just freaking start. Do something for 10 minutes and just start to get into that, to go and get the ball rolling, because bit by bit you will achieve a lot.
Yeah. Copywriting can be like that too.
Oh, yeah.
It's looking at a blank piece of paper or a blank screen is very daunting. Sometimes I just put something down.
Yeah.
It started.
Yeah.
It may not, that sentence, that subject line, that headline may not end up as the real thing in the end result, but it started.
I've written half a dozen 12-page sales letters before from scratch, and then had a read, left it for a night, come back, binned it, and just started again. But suddenly now the ideas are coming together, and it wouldn't have got there unless I've just started. So that's the first takeaway really. Just get stuck in for 10 minutes, or 2 minutes will work actually, but get stuck in for the first 10 minutes. Just start. Don't worry about the outcome. If it's crap, bin it. You can come back around. At least you've started. So then the next thing then is create a deadline. Right?
Well, nothing happens without a deadline, does it?
Well, no, yeah, absolutely. If you sit down on a Monday and go, this week, so lots of people do to-do lists. I'm not a huge fan of them, but that's for another video. You start off your to-do list on a Monday morning. You think, right, this week I've got to do this. Right? And if I do that, then it's normally Thursday before I really get stuck into my list.
Well, that's it.
Because the rest of the week I've had a week to do it. So there's no pressure, there's no hurry. And actually, it's really smart to create short deadlines. Now, how short is the next question? Right? And you do this. The longest deadline you should have on something is 90 minutes. We talked about this in the previous video, but if you're new to this or you suffer from procrastination, just do a really good, solid hour of work, right? But get everything fitted into that hour. Right, so if you're thinking I've got to do an email, and I see this with junior copywriters, I've had a few that have worked with me over the years. They'll sit down, you give them a task, and they go away and they spend bloody 3 weeks putting one bloody email together. Where in fact I'm looking at them going like, I'll see you, like it's like 9:30 in the morning, we'll do that, right, come back here at 10:30, and they go, 10:30 for what? For my ideas? No, for your written email. And they go, oh, I can't do that. And then within 3 or 4 weeks, they're doing everything within 1 hour. And that's just a junior copywriter. And then from a business owner's point of view, you'll be amazed what you can get into an hour, because the first thing it does is it increases your productivity. Because there's that deadline, and because you can go uninterrupted for an hour, right, you've now got a firm deadline, there's lots to do, you can just crack on and do it, the sense of accomplishment starts to be achieved.
But you know, that 60 minutes or 90 minutes, whatever, I mean, I do 90. It has to be uninterrupted. So, you know, my mobile goes onto silent.
Yeah.
My handset goes on to do not disturb.
Yeah.
And I typically do it in the morning, right? So I don't even open up my emails.
Yeah.
Because I don't want those distractions.
Well,
because those distractions are going to cause you to procrastinate. Oh, so-and-so sent me an email. Oh, there's a WhatsApp message.
Well, there's an order coming. I'll just deal with that first. Like, I feel like I've probably said this in the previous video, but if you're answering your emails first thing in the morning, I already know you've got a problem in your business. Right, that's quite a sweeping statement, but I know that even if things are going well, if you're answering your emails first thing in the morning, I can do more with your business, a lot more. Because you've just set yourself up for a little bit of like failure, or you've just set yourself a mountain to climb every week. So make sure that it's a really productive 1 hour. And then there's just a couple of other things that are really going to help. So especially if you're in the same workplace, right? And I was just listening to something recently on this, and when I thought back to the people, there's a guy I used to work for, right? And he's probably one of the best people I've ever seen at this 90-minute game. Right, but what he does, he used to come into the office in the morning, lock his door, put a sign up on his door, telling everybody to clear off, and then he'd sit down and do his 90 minutes. As far as I can tell, he's the best person I've known at doing this. But he always goes to his same desk, same place. Everything on his desk is set up the same way. And then it's emerged recently, as I've heard, that there's some science to this that says if you're in the same place for your 1 hour in the morning, doing the same thing constantly, that is a massive boost to your productivity.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd agree with that, because I mean, I've tried to do 90 minutes, you know, elsewhere.
Yeah.
And quite often I will go, oh, I need this, and I'll reach round, oh, it's not there.
Yeah.
And the guy you're talking about, I know he's got a bookshelf behind him where he's got a whole lot of stuff that he references.
Yeah, he has now.
Frequently. You know, and if you know, quite often those 90 minutes is usually one task.
Yeah.
I mean, and I used my 90 minutes to develop a sales training program. In, I think, 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, really? Cool.
And it was just 90 minutes each day.
Yeah.
But
bit by bit, achieves a lot. Yeah.
All my stuff was right there. You know, if I go, right, who did that thing again? You know, oh right, Gittimer. Grab Gittimer's book, look it up, make sure I've got everything there.
Yeah.
You know, hugely advantageous. I don't do it enough.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So which leads in very neatly. I don't do it enough. Now, when you first start doing this, typically your results are poor, right? Because you don't know what you're doing. Your body's going, what the heck's going on? Your brain's wandering all over the place. It's just awful, right? So what I'd employ you to do is just do this for 60 days, because that will definitely form the habit. And once you form the habit of doing stuff in a 1 hour, 1.5 hour block, right, suddenly then that urge to procrastinate, it starts to just dissipate and disappear. I don't think it ever goes away if you've got it, but it'll get to such a point that it's just a faint whisper rather than something that overtakes your working week.
When you get on a streak of doing this day after day after day, it becomes a lot easier.
It becomes addictive.
It does become addictive. You know, I used to struggle with this.
Yeah.
And then, you know, once I got my first 4 weeks of doing it, it was just, you sit down, turn the computer on, you know what you're going to focus on.
Yeah.
Right, it's 9 o'clock, no one's coming in to disturb me till 10:30, and it's just bang. And the next thing I know, it's 10:45.
Yeah. You're done.
You're done.
Yeah, and you've worked alongside me a number of times, and we work together alongside each other. I just do things, don't I? Get them done, and off my desk, and they're gone. And that's just as it's come out of this thing, because otherwise I'll procrastinate on it. So it doesn't matter how big the task is, I will find ways to break it down into something really manageable, and I'll get stuff done extremely quickly.
No, I mean that is exactly it. I mean, a couple of weeks back, I missed a deadline.
50 press-ups
with one of our videos.
Oh yeah.
Right, and I had allocated the time to go and do it.
Yep.
I went and sat down and did it.
Yep.
And I realised halfway through our video, the audio dropped out.
Yes.
And no matter how high I turned it up, I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to Josie. I had to get her to fix it. And of course, that took time. And then she did it pretty quickly. She did it really quickly.
Yeah.
But then it took so long to upload to Google that I didn't get it down.
Okay.
And then it was Friday. Then it was Saturday. Then it was Sunday. And it didn't get done.
I'd have uploaded the video.
But I couldn't download it from the Google Docs because it hadn't uploaded yet.
Yeah, but the first video where I realised the sound was dropping, I'd have uploaded that because the deadline says I upload. So upload it and go with it. Good enough is good enough, right? There was enough content in there, right? So I'd have just uploaded that for the sake of my own well-being and procrastination to overcome. And then
I've broken rule number 3. Have I? Don't worry about the quality of the first draft.
Yeah, no, because I know that Josie, who does our video help editing for us, is really, really good at this. I know she'll sort it out, and I'll go back in and I'll replace the file. So I'd have just uploaded the first one. Wouldn't have worried about it. I really wouldn't have worried about it. And then I'd have gone, Josie, I've got a problem over here. Can you help fix it? And then when she fixed it, I'd have just set another deadline and gone, right, I'll upload it by Saturday lunchtime or whatever time it is. And then I'd just uploaded it for that. Jobs are good.
No, nobody's perfect though.
No, we're not meant to be. So there's some really good points around procrastination. But get your head around what we've just spoke about, because as it seems very light-hearted, try this out and let us know how you get on with it. This will build businesses. It does build businesses. I've witnessed it dozens and dozens of times. So get your head around this. It changes the game around procrastination. It has huge impact on your business.
No, absolutely.
And we're stopping right there. I know this is a little bit of a pattern interrupt. We would normally do a soft close, but we've just been talking after we recorded one video. The video we've just recorded for you today. We've realised this is such a big, hot topic that is so important to the growth of your business that we've decided to just let you get your head around what we've just talked about, around that importance of something that's really going to get over procrastination, but also give you huge business success. So we're going to tune in again next week with a shorter video telling you a little bit about what you put into that 1 hour or that 90 minutes, and that'll be super useful. But just go and have a play with what we've told you about this week. Go and get your head around it. It's super important. We've decided to put this into 2 videos for that reason.
So it's goodbye from me.
Cheerio from me.
And we'll see you next week.